Hello, welcome to Coin Edition. We are at the World Blockchain Summit conducted by Trescon, and we have a special guest over here, Daniel Ko, CEO of Panvora. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good morning. So, first of all, I'd like to get an insight about your company, Panvora, and also your self-introduction, please.
My name is Daniel Ko. I am the CEO and co-founder of Panvora. My background is I've been an entrepreneur for 27 years. I'm from Silicon Valley. I've been a programmer since I was very young. I also used to be a lawyer. So I have a lot of experience, and I also had 2 game companies. So I know a lot about 3D animation, 3D world. So with that background, I've been wanting to do a 3D worlds, which now people call metaverse, where that replaces the web as we know it. So when people say metaverse, they think it's either VR or they think it's a real estate speculation. I think completely differently. I think metaverse, and I call it Web3D, not even Web3. When you search for, let's say, Lamborghini, what do we see? Some text and some images. That's Web2D. What I'm trying to do is get people to search and they see 20 Lamborghinis surrounding them that they can walk into. To me, that's Web3D. I don't want to maybe even call it a metaverse. You know, it looks like a metaverse, but and the VR is an option, not a necessity. Because once you make it a requirement, then 99.99% of the population will not even look at it, right? So what's beautiful is that you can see it right here on your phone. So the problem we're trying to solve is really this. How do we make Web3D or Web3D metaverse something that everybody uses, every Indian uses, every Chinese uses? They could be 3 years old, because a 3-year-old uses YouTube, 90-year-old uses YouTube. But the way it is now with metaverse, the problem is nobody can really use the metaverse unless they're interested in real estate speculation, right? Or they're some kind of gamer with a desktop, or they're going to download 20 gigabytes. That's what people think metaverse is, or you have an Oculus VR. So I think our understanding of metaverse is what's preventing our metaverse to be adopted by many people. And that's the problem that I'm trying to solve. So we came up with a technology that allows 3D, high quality 3D worlds, Web 3D, to be streamed through a web browser. And the quality is way better than, let's say, Minecraft. It's almost Unreal Engine quality. So that's the technology. We're the first to do it. It's never been done before. So we're solving the biggest problem with metaverse, which is that it's not available to everybody. We're solving that by creating this technology. Second problem is, you tell people, hey, come into the metaverse. Most people are gonna be like, no, I don't care about a metaverse. Think about iPod, right? If you say, look, buy this cool gadget, people don't care. But if you say, listen to your Jay-Z album, then they will buy iPod. They don't buy iPod because they want an iPod. They will buy iPod so they can listen to their favorite musicians. So that's the same with the metaverse problem. We're trying to say metaverse is cool, like iPod is cool. Just buy metaverse without any reason. That's why, for example, Meta is failing. They're saying, hey, it's a metaverse is cool, but you don't get to see your favorite celebrities or get to try out a Lamborghini. So we're getting away from saying, try our Web3D metaverse. We're not doing that. We're saying we're partnering with musicians. We're partnering with brands, Nike, Gucci bags. So people want to experience the Lamborghinis. They want to experience their Ariana Grande in her music video. So they come in to experience that, is what we're trying to create. So we're not creating one single metaverse where we say, hey, check out the metaverse. We may not even use the word metaverse. We work with, let's say, Gucci, or we'll work with Nike and say, check out Nike's shoes and customize the color and the size to your liking, right? Then not everybody will jump on board. So that's the second problem we're solving. Saying, come to use the metaverse is not going to attract anybody, but come check out your favorite artist, your favorite cars. That's what's going to draw people, which means we're going to be building millions and millions of what we call miniverses. You come in, you check out your favorite Nike. You have 100 shoes that you can try on. It doesn't have to be a vast world where you walk around for 10 days, right? So it's a miniverse And Nike can, let's say, can create 100 of these miniverses where you can go from one set of shoes to another. So that's our approach, is to create miniverses with partner companies and gradually add them up so it can become a metaverse. Third problem that we're also solving is this. Most companies don't know how to create a 3D world. Nike can probably create a video, but to create a 3D, beautiful 3D world with Unreal Engine, Blender, it's next to impossible. So although we have a great technology, we discovered that all our partners don't even know where to start when it comes to 3D modeling animation. So we have a 3D production department now that allows, we can take a concept and we can create the whole metaverse, Web3D metaverse for them.
Oh, okay.
So that's another problem that we solve. Because we can have the best technology, but nobody can make the metaverse, so what's the point?
So the miniverse and the Web3 space, that's your main.
That's right, and I call it now Web3D. Because now Web3 is basically crypto, if you think about it, right?
Yeah.
So everybody's Web3. So we would like to say we're Web3D, because we're bringing 3D to the web. Search, e-commerce, Wikipedia, video itself. Imagine you can walk into the video. So now you no longer watch Baby Shark. Kids are now walking into the Baby Shark. That's right, they're riding the Baby Shark. So soon the video will become a Web3D as well. And social media, it's not just your photo that you show. Now you get to get people to come into your mansion. Maybe you have a little apartment somewhere in, I don't know, Mumbai or Bangalore, but you can have a mega mansion in Dubai for 50 bucks.
Of course, hopefully.
Everybody, 50 bucks is nothing. So you can have a mansion in Dubai. Of course, you're going to get a $50. And then you invite your friends in there. And on the wall, you have your photos, you have videos on TV. So I think even the social media will become Web 3D. And of course, we are also Web 3 because all these houses that you can buy are NFTs. There's no centralized database. So people own that. That's completely decentralized. So we're integrated with Web 3D, with NFTs to allow decentralization, which is Web 3. Finally, this is not our necessarily only focus, but it's one of our focus, is that there's so many NFTs, or almost all NFTs are just JPEGs, 2D. They're worth sometimes $1 million, but you think about it, like, is it even worth it?
Yeah,
There's nothing you can do with that, and everybody can download that. So what we're doing is we're taking, let's say, something like Bored Ape, create a 3D character out of that Bored Ape, put it in, let's say, a cool music video scene where they're dancing, or create a whole village full of 1,000 of these apes that they're walking around. They do all kinds of fun stuff. So you're going into a world, interacting, or just watching Bored Apes that come alive, and the whole thing is an NFT. Now people are going to say, wow, that is now worth $1 million, right? But a JPEG, well, and it's not just me, but I think almost every NFT person, investor or creator is saying, you know what, we need something more than a 2D JPEG. So I think we can offer that.
So how do you see the opportunity for the artist? Other than the musicians, artists are also creating their own NFTs?
That's right. So let's say artists are creating their NFTs, and maybe they're great 2D artists. Obviously, most artists are 2D artists, right? There are very few 3D artists. We can take their 2D art, that concept, create a 3D version with them. We partner, because they'll not be able to, a painter is not going to be able to do Unreal Engine and Blender. But we take their concept, convert it into a 3D world, and expand it. Let's say it's a beautiful painting of the ocean or a lake. We can really create a lake and all the surrounding trees around that, and help them sell even a bigger version basing them on their NFT. So we can really expand the NFT industry by offering something, as a partner. We don't want to be in the business of creating all this ourselves. We want to take existing artists and expand their world into the 3D world.
Yeah. So the artists also have the opportunities in the metaverse space, metaverse realm. I think they can also add visual arts along with the background music and everything. That really gives a good.
Same thing with musicians, by the way. Musicians are musicians. They don't know how to create even videos. They spend sometimes $500,000 to $1 million just to create one music video. So what they say, you don't have to spend the money. You are audio artists. So let us create the world for you. We'll take your avatar. Well, let's say it's Ariana Grande. We'll take your avatar. We'll make you look like an angel.
Yeah.
Right? Make you look fantastic.
Of course.
And maybe it costs you nothing. We will probably do that with Ariana Grande, and just split the revenue, right? So yeah, it's also an incredible news for audio artists who don't have the visual abilities to create, nor the money. And what's interesting is Bored Ape spent I'm not sure how much, but they spent a lot of money on a company called Improbable to create a metaverse version of their 2D JPEGs. It's definitely in the millions. But obviously, all the other NFT companies can't do that because they don't have that millions. So that's where we come in. We can work with probably all the remaining NFT artists who have some budget, and we can turn their 2D arts into a 3D metaverse NFT and help them generate more sales, more popularity with their brand. So yeah, we're going to really be working with a lot of NFT companies as well.
That's a great response with you. And so, do you think that this NFTs, metaverse will replace? We cannot tell that it will replace the current world, but do you think that all the people will be completely engaged in the metaverse?
I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's necessarily going to happen. But I think here's what it is going to replace: your search, your social media, right? Your shopping experience. It'll all be now in 3D. That I am 1,000% is going to happen.
So those people who are in the remote areas, maybe if far away from some other places, if you want to see the Burj Khalifa, we can see it from some other countries.
Right. The travel is going to be replaced because most people can't afford to come to Dubai, let alone stay here even for a couple of nights. Right?
Yeah, we can see like we watched Dubai, we saw
Can
Dubai.
You imagine every single Indian? Well, if you offer $1 ticket to come to Dubai and go to Burj Khalifa, I think every Indian will probably pay for that, and every Chinese, right? So yes, so in a way, it is offering something that is positive, right? I think it's really great that everybody can come experience Dubai without having to spend, a lot of money. So yeah, but we're already spending most of our time in social media anyway. So it's already happening. We're just replacing that with 3D, Web3D, which could actually, yes, get people to be more on social media than ever. I don't know if that's good or bad, but Web3D will be better than our current Instagram photos, right?
Yeah, we know that. So beyond all these things, we talked about the proliferations, the scopes, the chances, and the developments happening in this metaverse, blockchain, NFTs, whatever. But there have been a lot of hackings, fraudulent activities happening. There were like Ponzi schemes, maybe pig butchering, such things happening in the NFT crypto fields. So how do you ensure security for your users?
Yeah, the security is something that I've heard, but the security in hacking, that's really a crypto problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
So remember, we don't develop our own blockchain or our NFT. We work with existing blockchains. So it's really the blockchain that itself and the wallet that has to ensure that it's secure, right? Because
there have been like a lot of fraudulent NFTs too.
Of course, yeah.
So
we can't be responsible for that. And of course, we're going to be working with NFT clients that have already proven themselves, right? There's so many that are rug pulls that have disappeared. We won't be working with them. Yeah, we're working with the NFT friends that are already, legitimate, that have been around for a while. So we're not associated with the scam. But as you know, that's NFT companies' issue. We're not an NFT company. We work with existing NFT partners and existing blockchains. So it's really their problems to solve. It's hard enough to produce, millions of metaverses and stream them live to billions of people, and we just got to do that really well.
Yeah, of course. And the blockchain ecosystem is really progressing, is really developing, and there are a lot of companies even in Dubai who have settled here, have started their branches, their offices. So what is your competition tactics or technique?
My competitive advantage? Well, the advantage is, at least as of now, there is not a single company that can stream high quality 3D to the mobile. So what I mean by stream is you could download, let's say a gigabyte, maybe it takes you 10, 20 minutes. But imagine videos before YouTube. You know what they used to do back in the days before YouTube? You would download each video, wait 10 minutes, maybe you don't like it, but you have to download it. So imagine how many videos people typically watch a day. I used to watch maybe a couple of videos a day because it takes so long to download any video. With YouTube, you can go through 1,000 videos and not wait a single second. And that's the kind of revolution we're bringing. That's our competitive edge. Somebody can say, well, we have a beautiful metaverse on the mobile, but I bet you that it'll take 10, 20 minutes to download. That's it. We're trying to say, you know what? We're creating 1 million metaverses. You don't have to wait more than 10 seconds. Guess who's got the competitive advantage? We do, right? So that's our competitive advantage. Anybody says they can do mobile 3D or metaverse, 100% you have to pre-download to experience it. So we're turning that into a YouTube experience, YouTube of metaverse.
Okay, that's great. That's a good response. And then can you just list out the roadmaps or the past events that happened with your companies? Like,
The roadmap, we started 1 year ago, and we finished the technology. We've developed a lot of demos for our potential partners, like Baby Shark. I don't know if you know about Baby Shark, 11 billion views. The company is headquartered out of Korea, so we're also talking to them. So a lot of potential partners are interested, and what we're doing is creating demos for all these partners so that they can see what we're about to bring to them. So as soon as sign a deal, it could happen, anytime. Then we're going to be launching all these. It could be musicians, it could be big brands, and we'll be launching all these things. But the good news is technology is already. Remember, we're not launching our own metaverse like Sandbox. We're launching hundreds, if not thousands, of metaverses. So the roadmap is within the next year. Work with top musicians, top brands, top kid YouTube video channels like Baby Shark, top fashion brands, top advertisers like Nike, and launch these mini metaverses or miniverses with thousands of partners over the next 2 years. That's our goal. We've already raised our first seed round, and over the next couple of years, we're also going to be raising a lot more money out of Silicon Valley. So that's another part of the roadmap.
okay, that's great. And what all challenges you are you looking for? Like, are there any challenges that you face currently as a blockchain companies, NFTs are like proliferating? There are a lot of companies, NFT companies, right? So do you have any specific challenges that you face? Or?
No, I think it's just a standard startup challenge. In the technology we had, it was a very difficult process to come up with the technology that we did in the past year. So we've overcome a lot of the technological challenges. But yeah, I mean, it's just we are ready to scale. We're ready to go, huge. So, and I've done many startups. So far, so good. And that we're pretty much ready to scale. And even in this economy, I think there's a lot of investors investing in the metaverse industry. So even I think that is, I'm very happy about that as well.
Yeah, I think so. How do you see like yourself in the future, the metaverse and everything? How do you see yourself in the future, your company in the future?
Well, I would like to be like the Apple of the metaverse industry. I mean, two things with that. Number one, I want it to be number one. When it comes to metaverse, people just think Panvora. But number two, yes, we have great tech, but we are a consumer experience first company. A lot of issues with Web3 and Web tech and the crypto world is that they're very tech driven. Tech is important. But as you know, Steve Jobs may not have had the best technology, actually. He even talks about it. Some guy in the audience said, your technology is not the best. And Steve Jobs responded to that very, very kindly and wisely. He said, I may not have the best tech because I am trying to create the best consumer experience where everybody is using the technology easily. So when you are trying to create a product that everybody likes and everybody uses, you're not always necessarily trying to come up with the most complex tech. So we want to be known as the company that brought all this NFT and decentralization and Web3 and metaverse into the hands of a 3-year-old on their phone. And that's what we want to be known for.
That's great. That's really great. And you have a visionary idea for that. And so I think that hopefully Panvora can be the best part of metaverse and NFT. So that's all for today. And thanks for spending good time, your valuable time with us. Thanks from Coin Edition. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.